be studying number system, that is class 9 chapter 1. So we will be studying the introduction part. So let's get started. First up we have is natural numbers. As you all know, natural numbers are the numbers which starts from 1 and they go up to infinity. For example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like that. Second up is we have whole numbers. Whole numbers are the numbers which start from 0 and they go up to infinity. So like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and like that. Okay, so what is the difference between natural numbers and whole numbers? Natural numbers are the numbers which starts from 1, whereas whole numbers are the numbers which starts from 0. That's it. Okay, next up we have is integers. So what are integers? An integer is a whole number that can be either positive or negative or 0. Okay, so positive, if an integer is positive, that will be like 1, 2, 8, like that. And if an integer is negative, that means -5, -210, -10, -100, like that. Okay, or it can be either 0. So we represent integers on number line. As you know, we have 0 in the middle, okay, and we have negative numbers over here, -1, -2, -3, and we have positive number over here, 1, 2, 3, 4. So these are the positive, these are the negative ones. Okay, on the left side we have negative, on the right side we have positive numbers. They can go up to infinity and they can also go up to infinity, and we have 0 in the middle. Okay, so integers are the numbers that are not a fractional number, that is, they cannot be expressed in fractions. For example, if we have say for example -1.43 divided by 2, so it will be an integer or not? No, it will not be an integer, because first of all it is in fraction, so it cannot be an integer. Okay, and we have the condition that integers cannot be a fractional number. Okay, so next up we have is rational numbers. So rational numbers are the numbers that can be expressed in the form of p by q, where q should not be equal to 0. That means the denominator should not be equal to 0, and both the numbers should be integers. So that means p should also be an integer and q should also be an integer, and if any one of them is not integer, then that will not be an rational number. So as we know that what are integers? Either a positive number or a negative number, right? If q will be equal to 0, for example, then that number will be not defined. Okay, we will understand rational numbers more clearly in the video further. Let's move to the second one, that is irrational numbers. So what are irrational numbers? The numbers that cannot be expressed in the form of p by q. Rational numbers are the numbers which can be expressed in the form of p by q. Irrational is the opposite, that is, which cannot be expressed in the form of p by q. For example, we have √2, √3 and √5. So these are some few examples that are irrational numbers, and irrational numbers are the numbers which cannot be which do not have a perfect square, right? So which are not perfect square. Okay, so let's move to the next topic. So we have next topic over here, that is real numbers. So what are real numbers? Real numbers, it contains all rational and irrational numbers that can be represented on a number line. So real numbers are the numbers which contain every kind of number, whether it be a integer, whether it be a irrational number, rational number, or natural number, or whole number. Every kind of number is included in real number. Okay, so we have a flow chart with decimal and without decimal. First, let's understand without decimal. What are without decimals? As I said, natural number, whole number, integer, that is positive integer, and negative integer, both of them. Okay, we have natural number, whole number, integer. Every kind of number is included in real number without decimal. Okay, so with decimal we have these three. First is terminating. So what is terminating number. A terminating number is the number which stops after a particular time. That means, for example, if I say 1.25 and there is no further number after 5, so that means it is stopping over here and it is not exceeding further, so this is terminating. Okay, another example, for example, say 3.745. This is also a terminating number because it is not exceeding further, right? Next up we have is non-terminating repeating. Repeating means recurring, which is recurring again and again. So non-terminating repeating are the number which is recurring again and again. So we can take an example, say 1.323232. So it will be repeating like that, 323232 to the infinity. Okay, so it is repeating, that is, it is non-terminating and repeating, that means recurring. Okay, next up we have is non-terminating non-repeating. Non-terminating non-repeating are the numbers, for example, say 1.2367508791123. It will go to infinity like that. So what is the difference between non-terminating repeating and non-terminating non-repeating? Non-repeating, as you can see, the numbers are non-repeating, like they are not in a pattern. In over here we have pattern 32 32 32 32 like that. So here we don't have any pattern, the numbers are repeating, the numbers are non-repeating, and they are like 2 3 4 5 6 like that, and they will go to infinity like that. Okay, so non-terminating non-repeating, which never stops, non-terminating repeating, which also never stops. The difference between them is the same number is being repeated again and again. Here the same number is not being repeated again and again. Terminating are the numbers which stops after a particular time. Okay, so these are the few subheadings with decimal. So we have another thing over here, that is terminating and non-terminating repeating. This means terminating and non-terminating repeating is a category of rational number. Okay, so rational numbers are the numbers which are terminating and non-terminating repeating. Okay, as we studied, rational numbers are the numbers that can be expressed in the form of p by q, where q should not be equal to 0, and they can be both of them can be integers, both of them should be integers. Okay, so rational numbers के अंदर subheading are terminating and non-terminating repeating. And what is non-terminating non-repeating? It is known as irrational number. Okay, I hope you got it, and if there are any doubts, then let me know in the comment section below, and keep supporting, and please do share the video. Thank you so much.